What's going on, everybody? This is Abby here, and I just wanted to show you all how I just learned how to create a type of a looping video. Okay, so there's a trend going on where people, I'll just show it to you. How about that? Alright, so this is the type of video I'm talking about, and as you can see here, it is looping, right? So what that means is a person has planned a sequence to where the video feels like it's continuously going and going. And so I just had the opportunity to play around with it and recreate it in my own way so that I can deliver my message, okay? So here's mine. Alright, and so what we have here is another looping sequence, but it's with my own message. I find a lot of times that people recreate things with no purpose, right? They're just recreating it because it's fun, but they're not delivering a message and they're not delivering value to their specific audience. It's literally for entertainment purposes, which there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are offering a service or a product and you want to continue to expand your reach with purpose, you want to recreate things that have something to do with what you're doing. So here, even though it's really popular, mine is people recreating things, of course, with no purpose. So it's tasking. It becomes a chore, becomes a job, because you're just making it to make it, but you're not funneling people into a certain direction. You're not giving them extra value. And so even in my captions here, I go in on the captions about, why you should create with purpose. So now what I'm going to do is show you how I made the video. Okay, so it was a little curve. Shout out to Nikki for pushing me to figure out how to create it. She also, gave me the juice, but it was trial and error, right? And so I'll show you the first video that I did that was not looping. So here's my first attempt, still creating with purpose, of course, but I did not have the looping effect that just makes it a little nicer to be able to observe and figure out how people are doing it. Okay, so here is my first attempt. Alright, so I had a cut, right, to where I cut to a different scene and did things like that, but the purpose of this particular trending one is to show people that you are looping it, so it looks like the video continues forever and ever. It's cyclical, it's a circle. Okay, and so now I'm going to break down how I did it really quickly. Okay, so it took me multiple tries, as you all can see, to be able to get this, but I'll just give you how to do it. All right, so you're going to want to go and plan your sequence, right? So plan what you want to do. That's going to be an important part. What do you want the cause and effect to be? And what you want to start with is the end. So with that said, you want to figure out what your ending or what your transition is going to be when you're moving your object or when you're changing your body or something like that. Make sure you view some other videos to see some of the other cool transitions people have done. But I wanted my last part to be me in distress. Like, I can't believe I'm creating this reel. I'm being silly and it's a task on me, right? So we have here where I'm starting at the end, I'm distressed, and then I pull the camera over and put on the sunglasses. All right, so now, and then I look away at the end. So what's important is when you go into Instagram or your editing app, I'll show you in CapCut just because it's going to be easier for me to do that at the moment. All right, so what you're going to want to do is grab your media and press add. So now we're starting with, we have the ending part here, but we need to start with the beginning. So I'm going to cut here right at the beginning. So right where I'm putting on the glasses, I'm going to split it and I'm going to take this piece and drag it to the front. All right, so now the celebration is starting, and as soon as I look over, boom, I'm going to drag this little white line over, or I can split it with the split button and delete this middle piece. This little piece, boom, gone. Okay, and so now we have to get this together. So I have the distressed look, right? I'm going to split right there, get rid of this part, get rid of the dead spots. And so as I'm looking over, I see myself here, and I move this over, and now what we want to do is extend this last part to the beginning so it looks like a loop. All right, so what we have here is party, party, oh no, I got to party again. Okay, and so what it looks like on social media, as you saw earlier, is that end clip, it would just start the video over on certain platforms and things like that. So I wanted to give you all that brief that brief summary or brief tutorial on how to do that. I hope it works for you. Tag me in it if you were able to figure it out, and see y'all.